Welcome learners to Form 2 Mathematics. We are going to look at indices. Let us look at this question which was tested in KCSE in year 2000. Learner, the question reads, find the values of x which satisfy this equation here. Find the values of x which satisfy this equation. So learner, we look at this equation. 5 raised to 2x minus 6 times 5 raised to x plus y is equals to 0. Learner, if you look at this, you will see that here we have 5 raised to x and here we have 5 raised to 2x. And therefore, what you come and write is that let this 5 raised to x, learner, be y. Let 5 raised to x be y. And therefore, learner, if you squared the 2, this would be y squared. If you squared this side, you'd have y squared is equals to 5x squared. Like that. If I squared this, I'd get this. Squaring this side, it would be like that. And therefore, I'd say y squared, therefore, learner, is equals to what? 5. And then according to laws of indices, I multiply these powers, I get 2x. Look at that, learner. So if 5 raised to x is y, 5 raised to 2x is equals to y squared. Good. Then let us now substitute this and this here. If 5 raised to x is y, this will be y squared. And therefore we write y squared, learner, minus 6 times y, which is 6y, plus 5 is equals to 0. We finally end up with a quadratic equation, learner, quadratic equation. We can solve this either by product sum method, that is factorization method, or the quadratic formula. Let us use factor method, product sum. The product here is 5 and the sum is negative 6. The numbers that you can add to get negative 6 are negative 1 and 5. Look at that. Negative 1 and negative 5 gives us negative 6. Again, if you multiplied, it would give you 5. So these are the numbers. You come, learner, and substitute them in the middle term. There we are. So we write y squared minus 1y, we need to multiply with the y here. So 1y, which is y, minus 5, accompanied by its y. This gives us minus 6y. Then we continue, plus 5 is equals to 0. So learner, we factor out y here. We are left with what? Y minus 1. Bring this minus here, learner. Factor out 5 from here. Factor out 5, learner. You'd be left with y minus 1. Take care there as you fix this sign. Minus times minus gives you plus. So don't fix a plus here. If you fix a plus, it would be minus times plus, which gives you minus, which would be wrong. So minus minus here, so that you get plus. So this is equals to 0. Good. Learner, if we look at this here, we have y minus 1, y minus 1. Factor it out like that. And therefore here, you are left with y. Here, you are left with negative 5, which is equals to 0. So learner, either this bracket is equals to 0 or this is equals to 0. So y minus 1 is therefore equal to 0, or y minus 5, learner, is equals to 0. So what is y here? Take this to the other side, you get y is 1. Or take this to the other side, you get y is 5. Good. So now you come and ask yourself, I wanted values of x, not y. So what was our y? Our y, learner, at the beginning here, our y is 5 raised to x. So we come and say our y was 5 raised to who? To x. 5 raised to x is equals to 1. So we write 5 raised to x is equals to what, learner? What is 1 expressed to base 5? 1 learner expressed to base 5 is the same as 5 raised to 0. Remember that, learner, that any number raised to 0 is 1. So because I want common basis 5 on either side of the equal to sign, then 5 raised to 0 is 1. At this point, learner, you have equal bases and therefore you equate the powers. And so that is one value of x. We go to the other one here, learner. We have said that y is equals to 5. Again, our y is 5 raised to x, which is therefore equals to 5. This 5 is raised to what, learner? 5 is raised to 1. 5 raised to 1 is 5. And so common basis again, and therefore you equate the powers. There we are. So x is equals to 1 is the other value of x. So we have 2 values of x. In this case, learner, we have 2 values of x. So go and practice using this problem first before you go to any others. Go through it slowly by slowly, practice until you end up with these 2 values of x. All the best, learners, in Indices. Bye-bye.